hasn't come again. Emily was roused from sleep by a peculiar odour. It smelled like sewage or rotten eggs. She scanned the room. Still dark, still night time. Not even the glow of her bedside clock. Power out again. Every time it stormed past, the city blacked out. Then she heard it. A faint rustling. It sounded close. Emily jerked upright, doing a clutch in her hands. She stared, barely able to distinguish furniture in the darkened room. Is someone there? She whispered. Another rustle. It seemed to come from the far corner. I can hear you, she whispered a bit louder. I have a gun. Where was her mace? Her heart pounded, the scraping louder, definitely from the far corner. Slowly, her eyes adjusted to the muted light of the bedroom. Shadows resolved into everyday objects. The dresser, the wardrobe, the chair half buried in clothes, not clean enough to hang, not dirty enough to wash. And there, in the furthest corner, where the wall met the ceiling, above the feathered mask she had worn to a costume party, that shadow stayed indeterminate. Then it moved, like a lapping black tide, but without retreating. It flowed forward an inch, then another. Emily wrung the doona in her hands as she inched her legs up defensively before her. It could not be real. She stared at it, as though looking would make it go away or suddenly change into a large hat or a coat she met flying about. But it was on the ceiling. There could be nothing on the ceiling. If only she could reach the light switch, but that would mean moving. It would mean taking her eyes off the lurking shape, and she couldn't do that. If she took her gaze from it for an instant, something terrible would happen. Emily's face burned as her muscles trembled. Coldness welled inside her, despite the bedclothes now pulled up around her chin. She felt so small, she could cry. But she would not take her eyes from that thing on the ceiling. She would not give it the opening it needed. Acid burned in her eyes as she tried to stare down the shadow, will it to become something innocent and obvious. Emily blinked. The shadow snarled as it leapt, and Emily screamed. Thank you very much.